Thank you to my mother. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity, your intelligence, your strength, and for those characteristics in molding me into the woman I am today. Thank you to my husband, who I've had the privilege of knowing and loving for more than 20 years. I'm so thankful that you are my rock, and that I can depend on you. You are my protector and provider. I appreciate you. To the rest of my family, and to my chosen family that my father acknowledged earlier, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for supporting me with my dreams and always being there by my side. I love each and every one of you. There is one member of my chosen family that is not with us today. Again, my dad spoke of her. Her name is Maria Elena. She's in the ICU right now, fighting for her life. And so I want to say, nena, te quiero. Gracias por luchar por tu vida. Y te veo mañana. I just shared it with her. I called her Nena. And I said, thank you for fighting, and that I will see you tomorrow. This honor to be honored by the Los Angeles chapter of the National Alumni Association of Spelman College is not only humbling, but it's a full circle moment in that selecting Spelman as my college was not only a great idea, it was one that truly changed my life. I'm so thankful for all of the Spelmanites that are in this room today. Thank you. Thank you for paving the way for women like me. And I'm so honored that I am also paving the way for those that come behind me. To my Spelman sisters, so I do have some Spelman sisters, part of those folks that stood up were my Spelman sisters. Thank you so much for the laughter, the tears, the triumphant moments, and the failures. Thank you for remaining by my side, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. When I graduated from Spelman, I became the founding science teacher of Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. Woo! Within 1 week of meeting my students, I wrote a poem that was later penned as the school's creed. As much as I attempt to calm the chaos around me called life, I can't. I can only control myself. However, I have been told countless times that I am strong, courageous, intelligent, and beautiful. So from this moment on, every indelible mark I make upon myself or my community will embody a piece of me. That indelible mark will embody strength, courage, beauty, and intelligence, because they are what make me. Our scholars still recite that on a daily basis in Atlanta, Georgia. The creed is posted on the halls of the school. Not only was I helpful in starting to build out young people's lives at Coretta Scott King, we had the opportunity to host Spelman Day. So I partnered with Spelman, which was 5 minutes away from the campus, and we took over the school. We had scholars in every single classroom meeting with Spelmanites, and for the entire day, our students got a chance to taste the magic that is Spelman College. I later went on to earn the Atlanta Families Award for Excellence in Education. That award was bestowed upon me as a result of the work that I was doing with our young people in terms of their science, but also the work we were doing in the community. We were building out the first edible garden in the community, and it was a neighborhood that was known as a food desert, meaning there weren't any grocery stores within a certain radius of where people were living. I was very honored to have that award. I returned back home, and I became a middle school principal. Became the principal of Inglewood Middle Charter Academy, and I want to acknowledge that my chosen family and my other friends that are here today were instrumental in the success of that school. You allowed me, through my interactions with Jack and Jill, through my interactions with Spelman, through my interactions with my mom's friends and the opportunity to travel, was able to share those opportunities with our students and open up their vision of what was possible. I later became and moved on to First Star. First Star is a national nonprofit. We work with young people in care. We support the trajectory of foster youth as they move beyond high school and on to college. We graduate 99% of our youth from high school, and we send 90% on to college. Compared to the national statistic is 50% of youth in care graduate high school, and less than 10% will go on to college. During my time at First Star, we have doubled our organization's budget, we have doubled our national staff size, and we have increased the number of youth we serve. And we're so proud of that. I want to acknowledge my team that's here. Our founder is here, my COO, and our board member, Ben. Thank you so much for that. In addition to the incredible work that I lead at First Star, I started a collective known as the California Foster Youth Pre-College Collective. We started in 2020. In 2022, we penned a letter to Governor Newsom. We requested a $30 million set-aside to be funneled through the California Department of Education to support specifically young people in care. Because the impact of the pandemic on their learning, it was corrosive. Learning loss and school engagement had completely plummeted, specifically for our foster youth. A few months after penning that letter, it was added to the California state budget. All 58 counties of the state of California received a distribution of that $30 million to support young people and ensure that they were receiving the services they need to be successful. I am here today because I'm being honored as a powerful pioneer. There are a few things that come to mind when I think about a powerful pioneer, and even in my trajectory up to this point. The first thing is you have to have a vision. That's right. And the vision has to be bigger than yourself and bigger than the people around you. It has to impact communities. It has to change lives. It has to break down systems that are oppressive and that are not allowing all of us and everyone to reach their full potential. The second thing that you have to acknowledge if you want to move in these shoes is you have to sacrifice. There's a breadth and there's a depth to the sacrifice you have when you are considered a pioneer. The depth of that sacrifice is that we put our bodies on the line, we put our mental health on the line, we put our cognitive health on the line on a daily basis for people we don't know. We do it because we know the work matters. And the last thing is a state of being. You have to understand that in this space, the highs and these moments where you are you've accomplished something and you're being celebrated, or your failing moments, they come every so often. The majority of your time is working in the middle. You're either working towards that big thing, or you might be actually working towards a potential fail. But what's important is your state of being. You have to understand that there's a level of contentment and satisfaction that you have to have with life and with navigating all that it comes with. So those are the three things I would say when you think about a pioneer. They are a visionary. They have absolutely sacrificed, and many of you will never know the depth of that sacrifice. And there's a state of being. They have to acknowledge some contentment and satisfaction, or else they could not continue doing the work that they do. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to mentor Spelmanites, and a lot of them ask, Lyndsey, how do you do it? And, there are a lot of different things that I share in terms of strategies to just help me get through every day. My family, of course, is one of them. But the other one is there's a song that I learned in the city of Walnut. I was 4 years old, attending Christ the King preschool. And that song is This Little Light of Mine. So what I'm going to ask of everybody today, if you can place your hand on your heart, if everybody can place their hand on their heart. And I want to remind each and every one of you that you are strong, that you are courageous, that you are intelligent, that you are beautiful, and that you belong. dream you're working towards, whatever creative aspect you're moving into, you belong in that space, and don't let anybody tell you anything differently. When I start singing the song, and I'm not Fannie Lou Hamer, so I'm not going to belt out this song. I'm asking, though, that the crowd sing along with me. This little light of